Good afternoon everyone and welcome back to another episode of Planet Coaster Alton Towers. Today we are continuing work on the queue line and we're going to be going past the point of no return. Well, that's what I like to call it. Of course, it is the second underpass through the station, and this is the part where you can actually see the wheels of the actual coaster trains. Unfortunately, you can't do that in Planet Coaster because the station has a massive flaw in it. Anyway, that being said, if you do enjoy these Planet Coaster Alton Towers videos, then please do consider subscribing because it helps out the channel a lot more than you think. And yeah, let's get right into the first time lapse of the video. So then, to start off today's video, I'm actually doing the terrain and the landscaping that leads up to the underpass through the station. Now, I really want to rant about something here. I hate the way the path system interacts with the terrain system. Honestly, why can't you do the terrain right up to the edge of the path? And why can't you build a path right up to the edge of the terrain? It's honestly annoying. You see that space in between the path and the terrain there? You can't edit terrain in that space. Why not? You could in RCT3. Honestly, what on earth, Frontier? It made it really difficult to do Oblivion's queue, and because of that, I've actually had to make parts of the path of Oblivion's queue just elevated paths that don't have any terrain underneath, and I just hit it with scenery. We'll see that later on in today's episode, and it's just so annoying. It's honestly so annoying. It's also amazing on RCT3, a game that came out back in 2004, 12 years before this game. A game that old is able to do a better job in terrain and path system. Honestly, it's crazy. I really want Frontier to fix this for Planet Coaster 2. They're not going to fix this now with an update because they've abandoned Planet Coaster. You know, we haven't had an update in ages. We haven't had a DLC or anything. They've shifted their focus to Planet Zoo, but just please, for God's sakes, fix it for Planet Coaster 2 because it's incredibly annoying. It really is. So yeah, you can see there in the background the elevated terrain, not the elevated terrain, the elevated path, because it can't be built on that set of terrain, and it's, oh my god, it's so annoying. It's honestly so annoying. Here I'm just doing all the wall pieces and everything, the cobblestone wall and the flat concrete wall with Oblivion's logo on it, to hold all the landscaping and the scenery in place, of course, for the next level above this. And yeah, there's not really much to comment on this part of the video because it's the exact same what I've been doing for the past two videos. It's just these concrete walls with Oblivion's logo on it, a bit of scenery, and these cobblestone walls. The queue line on Oblivion is so repetitive. It really is repetitive. I said it in the last episode as well, but yeah, it's just, I don't like it. I really don't like it. Anyway, here I'm actually doing these stairs that lead up to this level of the queue, and you can actually find these stairs and the pathways that go up to different levels in the queue throughout the entire queue really. Now, I'm not entirely sure if they use these because I've never seen these stairs open, but someone in the other video commented that these are apparently used as a fire exit, which is quite interesting actually. I mean, why can't they just open it just to reduce walking through that entire queue? It's because it's annoying sometimes. So here I'm just doing the scenery, and actually whilst I do this, there's something I actually need to talk to you about. Assuming that the announcement's been made already, I think this video should be going up after the announcement. I'm actually joining the likes of CoasterBot and Coaster Connection, Silver and Digital Dan, and we're all going to be making a massive collab park, really, a community park. It's called Community Canyon, and of course, because it's a community park, I do need your ideas. So for the theme that I want to do in my section of this park, I actually decided on doing a fishing town theme, and I plan to do a few rides, a few restaurants, and of course a coaster as well. So I do need to start getting like names and storylines and themes for this section of the community park I'm actually doing. So of course, comment down below in the upcoming videos. Of course, that will be coming to this channel a short while. I think I've got the park after Coasterbot, so stay tuned for that one. And I'm actually starting the point of no return, which is what I like to call this corridor. I actually really like this corridor because you can get some proper geeky shots of the coaster wheels in the station above. Of course you can't do that in Planet Coaster because the entire bottom of the station's just completely covered and is really annoying. I've complained about the stations in Planet Coaster before and I'll happily complain about them now, but let's not do that. So yeah, that's the reason why I love this corridor so much, is you just see the coaster wheels, you see it all through the station and everything. It's just nice to get those geeky shots and, you know, get that view of the train that you wouldn't normally get in most coasters, to be honest. So yeah, let's enjoy some cinematics of the first part of the video. So then, to start off the second part of today's video, I am doing the other level of the queue line here. We're out of the point of no return now. I know you can still return from this point, but like I said, I just like to call it that because, you know, that is where the queue video plays. The queue video in this corridor says, you know, you're nearly at the point of no return. Hasta la vista, baby. Get out now whilst you still can, you know. I love the queue line video for Oblivion. It's honestly fantastic. You got that really dark, gloomy character, and then you got like a lighter version of him, a lighter side, who's trying to convince you not to go into Oblivion, to turn back, and it's not safe. It's sort of good, but at the same time you don't really get to appreciate it that much because Oblivion never has a queue. You don't have the time to actually watch those videos in the queue line. I assume, you know, when Oblivion first opened back in 1998, I've heard stories of, you know, the queue was all the way down the hill, people were queuing for hours for Oblivion, and, you know, they would have seen that queue line video, they would have appreciated it, but these days, because you're just walking past it, you don't really get to appreciate it. I would like to, like, just stand there and watch the queue line video. I know you can just watch them on YouTube, but it's kind of weird if you're just standing there in the queue line watching the queue videos, don't you think? So here I'm actually doing the upper level of the projector building, and someone commented on the previous video that this is a projector, which is why I just called it the projector building. A very weird projector. The projectors I'm used to is like a box, really. Apparently this is a planetarium projector, and it was used for the old Cine attraction that was located in Merry, England, I think, which is now Mutiny Bay. So it's around the area where Heave Ho or Shark Bay Reef is. I think that's where it was. It's kind of odd to have something like this in Oblivion's queue line, because what does it have to do with Oblivion? You know, I assume it's just another random piece of theming, but at the same time it's just a planetarium projector of all things to put in Oblivion's queue line. It's a bit weird. So here I'm doing the fencing around this, which is where the single rider and the fast track queue, they go around this building, and then the main queue goes in that little section there where the path is. You get some really good views of the Smiler from here. They cut down the trees a few years ago, and yeah, you really do get some proper good views of the Batwing and the Cobra on Smiler. So here I'm actually doing the sort of massive beam, or whatever you want to call it, that actually strides over this entire building, and it goes down back to the queue line below. And once again, like I mentioned in the other episode, the architecture of Oblivion's queue line, and all the buildings in Oblivion's queue line, and the Oblivion station, so I just love it so much. I just wish that Alton Towers would put this sort of thought into architecture in new eyes, because you see stuff like Wicker Man. Yes, Wicker Man's got fantastic theming, honestly, it has amazing theming, but at the end of the day, it's just a green hut, don't you think? And the same with Smiler. Smiler's just a rectangular concrete building. Like, in the old days of Two Swords Alton Towers, you had stuff like the Nemesis station, which was a massive alien monster. You got the Oblivion station, which was like a really sort of millennium futuristic shed, really. It's still a shed, but it looked cool. And then you got Air Station, well, Galactica now, but you know, back when it opened, it was Air, and you had Air Shop and all that, like, curved architecture sort of thing to look really, like, modern and really futuristic, like a lighter version of Oblivion, let's say. And it's just a shame that Alton Towers don't put this thought into architecture anymore. So with that being said, it is the end of today's video. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoy these daily Planet Coaster Alton Towers videos, then please do consider subscribing, and I'll see you all in tomorrow's video. Goodbye.